Welcome back to Phenomena, episode 1 of season 4. Wow. We made it to season 4, y'all. This is exciting. This is great. That means we have at least 30, if not more, probably more with all the other bonus episodes that we've had, episodes on the channel. And that's pretty crazy. So good on you for coming back. You did it. You go, Glen Coco. Today, we are going to be talking about crop circles. Yes, the elusive drawings of aliens. I figured crop circles was probably good because I don't think we've talked about anything relating to aliens, really. And there's like no other phenomena that I can think of besides like UFO sightings because UFO sightings, I don't know, they're a little tricky in that, like, are they phenomena? Crop circles exist. People can see them. Not to be confused with crop dusting. Don't fart in my space. What are you doing? Stop it. We do not condone crop dusting here at Phenomena, okay? If you're gonna crop dust people you don't know. Don't walk in front of your friends and crop dust them, because that's rude. Just do it to the people you don't know and then run away. That's funny. Just kidding. You know what? Enough about crop dusting. We're going to talk about crop circles. So this week's episode is written by the lovely co-producer, Ruben Hanohano. Yay, Ruben! So exciting. Also, I'm Mimi Dibbs, your host, in case you forgot. We are 4 seasons in and you don't even remember who I am. Come on now. Let's dive right in, shall we? Imagine this. You wake up in a farmhouse in rural England. Oh, England again. So exciting. The sun is just rising, casting light across endless fields of wheat. Ooh, wheat. I'm gluten-free, so I won't be in the fields of wheat anytime soon. But as you step outside, you see it. The crops are bent, not broken, pressed flat into a perfect circle that stretches farther than you can measure. There are no footprints, no tractor marks, no signs of how it got there. Just silence and geometry where geometry shouldn't be. And like more advanced geometry. You know what I mean? Because like obviously in like agricultural fields, you have rows of things, right? That's line. I guess that's the most basic form of geometry. But this, we're talking about like, you know what crop circles look like, right? They're like circles, and then there's like kind of a triangle type thing, and there's more circles, and then there's another circle that's bigger. It's like one of those puzzles that is like, how many circles are there? And you have to count like all the circles inside the circle, and then the bigger circle, and maybe it's aliens' way of testing humans' IQ. Interesting. That was the feeling of the first people to stumble across what we now call crop circles. Awe, confusion, and the sense that maybe, just maybe, we aren't alone. Yeah, I feel like the only thing I know about crop circles is that they happen in crop fields and they're circles. Look at that. I'm so smart. Yeah, but that's basically it. I don't know if does it happen in more than one place? Are they still there? I don't know anything about them, actually, which is also why I wanted to learn more about them. So this week, we're diving into the mystery of crop circles, a phenomenon that blurs the line between art, science, and the supernatural. So for the next half hour, consider yourself an honorary crappie. What? No, what? Crappie? Crappie sounds like a carny. Ooh, I don't know if I like crappie. Crappie sounds like the name of a creepy clown in like a haunted maze, right? Sheesh. That's what the global community of crop circle seekers call themselves. They need a new PR team. Crappie, as we chase down answers in the fields. Ooh, I don't want to chase down. I don't want to be chased. I mean, I guess I'll chase the answers, but then I don't want to be chased. I don't really mess with cornfields. I don't like cornfields. I don't know why I thought of cornfields, but I don't know. Chasing and running makes me think of cornfields. Before we dive fully into the lore of crop circles, let's talk about our Phenomannouncement, our very first Phenomannouncement of season 4. For this week's episode, I wanted to shout out one of my friends, Eliza. Yay, Eliza! Eliza Kisloff. She started her own company. So I was like, small business, send on over some bullet points that I could mention. So Eliza Kisloff is a nurse practitioner behind Glam, a mobile concierge med spa through Pinch. Yay. The fact that she's a nurse practitioner is great because I feel like a lot of the times, the fact that she has that medical background makes it so that she's like, you can trust her with stuff. You know what I mean? Like, she knows more than, I don't know, like, she was a nurse before going into med spa stuff. So she knows more than just about the face. So her mobile concierge med spa focuses on science-backed, clinically proven treatments, known for making skincare approachable and easy to understand. Loves to educate clients so they feel confident about their treatments. Yeah, see, that's great because Eliza can explain things really well too. So like, she's not gonna like put something on your face that you're like, wait, what is that? And why can't you explain exactly what that is and what it's gonna do to my face? She also creates a comfortable, fun vibe, whether it's at a pop-up or in someone's home, music, catching up, making people feel at ease. Oh, love that. I didn't know that you do at-home stuff as well, Eliza. She's also based out of Chicago, my old stomping ground. And then lastly, the philosophy is to enhance what's already beautiful. So she likes to keep the results natural and work gradually so clients love the skin they see. I love that. Thank you so much, Eliza. So yeah, Glam Jam. Definitely follow her on Instagram. I'll put her Instagram up on the screen. It's Glam Jam Glow, actually. So at Glam Jam Glow. And then you'll see Eliza's beautiful face as the profile picture. So yay, Phenomannouncement. Thank you so much, Eliza. All right, now back to crop circles. Without further ado, let's get into the lore. Crop circles might feel like a modern phenomenon, but their roots go back further than you'd think. Yeah, I don't know what year they started or how or anything about their history at all, actually. Besides ancient geoglyphs, like the massive land carvings made by Incas into hills and desert plains. So I'll put up a photo. Ruben kindly provided me with a geoglyph, not to be confused with hieroglyphics. That's the only word I know with the word glyph in it. Geoglyphs. So kind of like hieroglyphics, but on land, geo. That was the Incas carving into hills and desert plains for spiritual purposes. This was the earliest reference to a crop circle-like phenomenon that we could find from a 1678 pamphlet called The Mowing Devil. Ooh, 1678? I didn't know they had pamphlets back then. When did they make paper? I don't know. I should know that. Do you know that? I don't know. It tells the story of a farmer too stingy to pay a laborer. Corporate greed going back all the way to 1600s. That's wild. So the devil cut his oats overnight in perfect circles for him. Hashtag ad, call the devil for all your landscaping needs. I love that. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So what did he make, like a pact with the devil because he didn't want to pay people? So he was like, hey, devil, like you could totally come by and cut my crop circles in perfect circles. His overnight oats? His oats overnight. Overnight oats? I don't know. Interesting. Whoa, there's like different kinds of crop circles that Ruben attached photos of. So there's the one that I was talking about. It has like circles and like little circles in the center and lines going from like some of the circles, like connecting some of them, and then like a bigger circle around. And these are all like really big structures. So obviously from like the ground level, I feel like you'd only see the crops being flattened, but from an aerial view, you'd see this like perfectly symmetrical geometric pattern, which is like in the 1600s, how did they even know how to get that high up? You know, I think that's why the whole theory of aliens must have done it came about, was because like how they didn't have drones to like go up there and be like, yeah, is this like perfectly centered? And it is like, they are very well made. So it's like, I don't know. So there's that one photo, and then there's another photo where it's like a swirl with a bunch of circles and then other smaller circles, and I don't know, it kind of looks pretty cool. I do like that, whatever that crop circle looks like, but I think we'll get into it in a little bit because it's a little bit further down in the page. We didn't really find anything else about crop circles in our research until the late 1800s. Ooh, that's kind of spooky. 1600s, and then 200 years later is when crop circles crept up again. So until the late 1800s, when amateur scientists began noticing strange circles in fields, blaming cyclonic winds rather than the devil. Okay, so the 1600s, it was the devil's work. And then in the 1800s, it was cyclonic winds. I kind of like the cyclonic winds, sounds cool. I feel like that would only make like spinny things, not like, this is really intricate design work. So I can't really see just winds doing that. That's crazy. In fact, crop circles weren't linked to extraterrestrial activity until the 1960s. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. When were aliens first name dropped in the lore of humanity? I wonder. That's when astronomer Patrick Moore began reporting strange spirals burned into crops that he found near a crater in Wiltshire, England. England, I swear. What's going on over there, What are you doing? What are you doing burning circles into crops? And what is your land cursed? What's happening? I always knew crop circles to be like burn marks, so that makes sense. In Wiltshire, England, around the same time, Australian farmers began linking mysterious rings in crops to UFO landings called saucer nests. Saucer nests? No way. Nor. Saucer. How would you say that in an Australian accent? Saucer nests. More on that in the theory section. Ooh, yay, we get to say saucer nests some more. By the late 1970s, crop circles were showing up regularly in southern England, especially in fields near Stonehenge. What? Ooh, call back to Stonehenge. We already covered Stonehenge in, what was that, season 2? I think? Or season 3? I thought it was season 2. I don't know. I'm losing track already. I was wondering when I read England, I was like, wait, Stonehenge was in England? Maybe they're connected somehow. Why else would they show up around Stonehenge? Riddle me that. Believers argued that these fields sat on ley lines, mysterious paths of energy connecting ancient sacred sites that attract visitors from outer space. Ooh, interesting. Why? What about those sites attract visitors from outer space? Interesting. Mythical paths of energy connecting ancient sacred sites. Huh. I wonder if it has anything to do with where the equator is? Or no, maybe not. Because I don't think England is near the equator. Is it? I'm really bad at geography. Oh no. Then in 1996, one of the most famous designs appeared just down the road from Stonehenge, titled the Julia set. See, right? Okay, this is the one that's a cool, swirly look. It honestly looks like, I don't know, I feel like someone could get that tattooed. It looks like a weird, ancient looking, I don't know. It's just like a swirly. Lots of circles, though. It's mainly all circles. So that's really interesting. But it's called the Julia set. Why is it called the Julia set? Hey, Julia. Have y'all seen that video of the guy that's like, Julia, I could build a house for you, Julia. It's so good. We had a whole thing in our friend group about it when it first came out. And honestly, that got us through some tough times. I think right around COVID, right? Maybe it was before. But yeah, that guy loves Julia. So maybe it's the same Julia that made this Julia set. A pilot claimed he had flown over the field an hour earlier and had seen nothing. Oh, but when he circled back, he saw a massive spiral of hundreds of circles. The sudden appearance fueled speculation that something not human was at work. Interesting. I mean, it's hard to say that maybe this guy just missed it somehow, but if it's so huge and it has so many circles, then it's and then he saw it very clearly the second time. I don't know. I could see how that would be very creepy to fly over and then be oh, that was not there before and now it is and it's massive. Was it also burned? Because in the photo it looks like it's white compared to the rest of the plane. So was that burned? I don't know. I thought it'd be darker if it was burned. It's Wiltshire. Wiltshire. I read Wiltshire. Wiltshire, England is the heart of crop circles. No way. I didn't know that. That was one of my questions at the beginning, was whether or not crop circles happen in one specific area or if they've been spotted in different areas. It sounds like in Australia they've also been spotted. But this is interesting because Wiltshire, what's it about Wiltshire, England? Is that where the ley lines are? So it's the heartland of crop circles. Sightings hit their peak in the 1990s and early 2000s. Oh yeah, that was like alien lore gone wild. I feel like everything was attributed to aliens. I feel like UFO sightings probably skyrocketed. No pun intended, because sky, UFOs. Get it? Pretty funny. No, early 2000s. Okay, Y2K. When dozens appeared each summer. I didn't know there was dozens of crop circles appearing specifically in Wiltshire, England. Okay, that would make me think that someone's just working on like a project. And in the 1990s and 2000s, did we have anything that would, we obviously had planes, right? And things where people could like make something that big and then be able to like see it from above to like make sure it's like super symmetrical and stuff. But still, to work on something that size and make it look that like symmetrical and intentional, especially circles. Circles are like one of the hardest things to draw perfectly. If you ever tried to draw a circle, it's gonna look like a raisin if you do it, especially with your left hand. Oh my God, circles with the left hand, no way. No way. Can't do circles with the left hand. So like drawing crop circles on land, I feel like would be pretty difficult. Even now, an average of 30 formations show up across the UK each year, about 80% of them in Wiltshire's golden fields. Is this Wiltshire's way of getting people to come to Wiltshire to check it out? I don't know. Is this another marketing ploy? Let's find out in the theories. Ooh, first set of theories in season 4. Yay! These strange symbols stamped into the earth have inspired explanations ranging from science to straight up sci-fi. I wonder what the scientific reasoning for that is, because it's like we covered fairy circles. Oh, I didn't even realize we like started, what was it, season 2 with fairy circles? And then we're starting this season with crop circles. Something about circles, man. We'll start with the more wild and end on the widely agreed upon. Okay, love it. Number 1, aliens. Wait, this is the wild? I feel like I'm trying to figure out why aliens have always been conflated with crop circles. So I want to know. I want to know when this connection was made. Okay, so number 1, this is the most like out there explanation. Because again, we believe science here on Phenomena. We are not a conspiracy theory channel. We're not going to further push the rhetoric that aliens were involved, especially if there's no real scientific proof of this. Aliens are always really easy to blame. They're a good catch-all to be like, oh, there's no way humans could have built the pyramids because aliens. It's like, well, have you ever heard of like thousands and thousands of enslaved people working night and day with no break? Like, yeah, the pyramids are an amazing feat, but it took a lot of slave labor to create them. We can't like discount that and just be like, oh, it must have been aliens because it's so perfect. So if you believe the pyramids are aliens, I'd implore you to rethink that theory, because aliens is just so easy to be like, it must be aliens. Like, let's dig into it a bit more, Google's free. So the most out there theory, aliens. One of the most enduring theories is that crop circles are landing marks left behind by UFOs. Oh, I didn't realize there were landing marks. That's crazy. How many UFOs? Like in some of these, it's like, what, 5 different UFOs just all lined up? Or did it go up and down and like was stamping them into the soil? In 1966, an Australian farmer, an Aussie farmer named George Fedley, claimed he watched a flying saucer lift off from his property, leaving behind a perfect circle of flattened plants. That would be like the most annoying part of crop circles, is like, we could have, those are like perfectly good plants that you just squashed. Like that was going to be our dinner. Why would you do that? Come on. Like, I get it, you're like an alien and this is crazy, but we're gonna have to get takeout now. It's kind of annoying. Soon, other locals reported their own saucer nests. Saucer nests. Saucer. I think that's a better way to say it, actually, saucer. Because I think at first, it was hard to think like saucer, like, or nor, sorcerer. Sorcerer? How do Australian people say sorcerer? Sorcerer? Maybe? I don't know. I'm getting in my head about this. George Pedley claimed he watched a flying saucer lift off from his property, leaving behind a perfectly flattened plant. Soon other locals reported saucer nests. Yes, saucer nests. We love it. At first, the circles were simple, but over time, the designs grew more intricate, leading believers to argue that extraterrestrials were sending undecipherable messages. Kind of like hieroglyphics, geoglyphics. I can kind of see the resemblance of that now, or like people thinking like, what does this mean? What are they trying to tell us? Why are there so many circles? All right, on to theory number 2, natural phenomena. Ooh, okay. Like the scientists of 1880, some researchers point to natural causes like cyclonic winds called willy willies in Australia. How are you naming these things? Why is everything like willy willy and what is it? Salsanists. Like everything is just like baby talk. Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the honky honk. Is that what you guys call cars? Huh? I don't know. Willy Willies? The cyclonic winds sounds OP. And then Willy Willies is like, oh, it's a little bit willy chilly out. I don't know. That's so funny. Or electromagnetic fields that might flatten crops. Why would electromagnetic fields flatten crops? I don't know. This could explain the crop circles pre-1970s, but it doesn't explain the razor-sharp geometry of the elaborate designs we've come to know in the last few decades. This theory makes me wonder if it's like, if the earlier crop circles were a natural phenomenon that like just so happened to look pretty cyclical, very similar to like fairy circles, how the mushrooms grow in a circle and like no one told the mushrooms to grow in that way. They just do. So it's like with these cyclonic winds, though, I would think that when I think of like a tornado, that they would like make things look like spiky. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, but I guess I don't know how cyclonic winds work, actually. I'm personally not an astronomer. No, is astronomer the right word? Who's a person that like studies winds? Weather person. Oh, I'm not a weatherman. Contrary to popular belief, even though I look like I'm about to report on the weather any second. Live from the Phenomena Studios, there's cyclonic winds. Take cover. Okay, so that natural phenomena could help explain how they started, but then maybe someone saw those and was like, "Ooh, let's like keep this lore going." And then they started making more intricate stuff. And then it was just like a Banksy project, which actually goes perfectly into the next theory, man-made art. Ooh, Banksy, okay. Banksy is not mentioned. I'm just mentioning Banksy because he's one of my favorite street artists. They? I don't know. No one knows who Banksy is. It's like an enigma. They're like an enigma. And then there's the simplest and most widely accepted explanation, human pranksters making art. And to be honest, I mean, some of them are really nice. They look like very intricate. I feel like they're good geometric patterns that people tend to like. I don't know if anyone could really like enjoy them from anywhere other than the sky, depending on how big they are, but that'd be cool to see like a bunch of crop circles from like really high up. And I like how, I mean, I guess maybe someone like didn't like how crop or like farmlands looked everything was square. You know how like we tend to cut things into grids. So they were like, too much square. Let's add some circles in here. And then that's how crop circles came to be. I don't know. Cul-de-sac? Maybe they were also crop circle enthusiasts and they were like, no, let's make a neighborhood into a circle. I don't know, I'm just speculating. So in 1976, two Englishmen, Doug Bauer and Dave Chorley, decided to have some fun. You couldn't find anything else to do in 1976? After years of UFO mania in Wiltshire, UFO mania hit Wiltshire, England in the 1970s. And so these two decided to have some fun to piggyback off of that mania. Using only ropes and wooden planks, they flattened crops into circles, hoping people would think flying saucers had landed. At first, no one noticed. Wow. So they kept going. Eventually, the media caught wind of it, and their designs went viral. In 1991, the pair confessed to making over 200 crop circles, but by then, the phenomena had gotten bigger than either man had intended. Other artists picked up the challenge, creating even more elaborate designs. Today, anonymous teams still craft stunning crop circles each summer, turning Wiltshire's fields into an open-air gallery. Oh, I like that. Okay. I kind of like that. That's really interesting. This definitely puts Wiltshire on my map, personally, because I didn't even know that was a place in England. It certainly sounds like a place in England. And now, hopefully, you, too, will know that if someone asks about crop circles, you can say, they're most widely known to be in Wiltshire, and they were thought to be UFO landings until it was found out that these two pranksters were trying to, like, how do they make them so perfectly circle? I don't know. People have amazing weight. Like, I feel like I need like is it protractor? Is that what it is? To make a circle? Yeah, I think it was a protractor. I had math class many a moons ago. Because, like, how do you make it so perfectly circular? All of my circles would probably look like ovals. I don't know. But that'd be really fun. That's cool. I feel like I would like to take, like, a Wiltshire helicopter ride and then, like, see all of the crop circles in the summer. Are they always burned? That's my question. Or is it just, like, flattened? Because I feel like I could see it, I guess when it's light, lighter colored, then maybe they're flattened. But when it's darker colored, they're burned. Maybe. Cool. So where does that leave us? Organizations like Britannica and the Smithsonian say the mystery is solved. Crop circles are human-made landscape masterpieces. But true believers, the self-proclaimed croppies, not the crappies, aren't ready to let go. They'll admit some circles are man-made, but others, they swear they're genuine. Not tricks, not art, but messages from outer space. Ooh, okay, it's giving tinfoil. I guess that's really when the waters get muddied, right? If like people have already admitted to creating crop circles. But then what about like the 1600 ones? Natural phenomenon? Why wouldn't they happen again as like a natural phenomenon? Or maybe they do, and then but also people like them, so they want to make them. I don't know. It's very artistic though. They are cool patterns, I'll give them that. You can decide how far down this rabbit hole you want to go, but one thing's clear. Whether crafted by Englishmen or little green men, ooh, is that a little callback to the green children of Woolpit? Crop circles are stunning works of art that keep the world guessing. Nice. I love that, Ruben. Thank you so much. I definitely learned a lot more about crop circles than I ever knew before, beyond just the fact that they're alien creation messages from outer space, yada, yada, and that Wiltshire is known for them. Cool. So, quick reminder, we have an Expedia affiliate link. Ooh, we made one for season 4. Yay! So use our Expedia affiliate link to book any trip at expedia.com/affiliate/phenomena/season 4. Use 4, not 3, but 4 to book your next trip, especially if you're planning on going to Wiltshire, England to see all of these crop circles. I wonder, do they have a book of crop circles? I want to see all the different designs people have made. But I feel like the most well-known one is the one that has the lines and the circle and the smaller circles inside of them. You know what I mean? Nice. Awesome. On to the first pokepic of season 4. I'm so pumped. All right, so this first episode of season 4's pokepic is Beheeyem. Beheeyem, the cerebral Pokemon. Ooh, I know this one. I've caught this one on Pogo. Its head does look like crop circle-y for sure. Crop lines, actually. Pokedex entries, sometimes found drifting above wheat fields. This Pokemon can control the memories of his opponents. Wait, stop. The Pokedex entry literally says he floats above wheat fields. The Pokemon people definitely were thinking of making him into the crop circle Pokemon. He can control the memories of his opponents. What if he's telling people he's the one making all the crop circles, and then he's shh, it wasn't me. You didn't see anything. I know that don't his lines on his head change color, I'm pretty sure, to when he communicates, and I think he has he's cyborgy. He's kind of alien-y for sure. I like that. Yay. He's the crop circle alien Pokemon. Nice. I love it. What a great pokepic, Ruben. Well done. I agree. That's great. Yay. So I don't know if you guys have seen the post I posted on the YouTube community posts page and on our Patreon, but I've gone ahead and changed all of our accounts from it used to be phenomena-cases on YouTube, phenomena.cases@gmail.com, and it was phenomena.cases on Instagram, but I made it so that all of our accounts are Phenomena Podcast. So no dots, no dashes, except for Instagram, we have Phenomena Podcast _ There's someone else that's Phenomena Podcast, but I don't know. I reached out to see if maybe they're willing to change it. Maybe not. But either way, if you look up Phenomena Podcast, it should show up. Our YouTube is Phenomena Podcast. I changed the TikTok to Phenomena Podcast, so it's Phenomena Podcast. There's no lines or dashes or dots or anything. There's no crop circles in between them. And we are a podcast. So I figured that we better start acting like it. We better start promoting that we're a podcast, because even though we have the visual element on YouTube, it is still a podcast. We have a mic and I have headphones, and it is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. Ooh, look at me. I feel like a true podcaster. I feel like every podcast says that. Wherever you listen to podcasts. We also have a Patreon. I changed that to Phenomena Podcast. So everything's Phenomena Podcast, except for, which brings me to our email, which is remaining phenomena.cases@gmail.com. And that's mainly because, obviously, that email is meant for you guys to send us your personal cases of phenomena, as well as just, to keep in touch and communicate with us. So yeah, we're not going to make you draw crop circles in your wheat fields and wait for a reply. You can just email us at phenomena.cases@gmail.com. So email's staying the same, but if you have any links bookmarked or anything and they don't work for some reason, we didn't go anywhere. We just changed to Phenomena Podcast. So look up Phenomena Podcast and tell your friends to look up Phenomena Podcast. I'm hoping it helps with like SEO purposes. So we'll see. But either way, I just wanted it to be like clean. And the main thing that the whole main reason that I decided to switch the accounts to Phenomena Podcast is because we're going to start Twitch streaming. In fact, I'm going to start today, which is, what day is it today? September 8th, even though this episode comes out next week. I did like a test stream yesterday. I'm going to Twitch stream today and go live on like the TikTok, which is recently rebranded to Phenomenal Podcast. I'm going to see if I can go live on YouTube as well. If not, I'll definitely figure that out by like next week's live stream. But yeah, so we're adding a Twitch live stream. I've recently started playing, and by recently I mean literally yesterday, I started playing Cult of the Lamb, and it's really fun. And there's definitely some weird geometric shapes in that game. So it's a really fun game though. It's great. You play as this little lamb, and then you like get cult followers. It's super cute. I mean, it's cute and it's also spooky, which is like the perfect epitome of phenomena. You know, it's like that liminal space phenomena sits in. Ooh, ASMR. It's the liminal space where phenomena sits because it's like cute, but also because it's like cartoony, but it's a little spooky. The audio design is fantastic. I'm big on audio stuff and love the audio design, the music in it, the sound effects. It's a really fun game, and you have your own little like cult section, and then you go and like do little adventures, but then when you come back with like new members, then you have to like make them food and stuff. You know, you have to provide for your people, obviously. Come check us out. It's going to be every Monday, and then new episodes come out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. PST on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We've added another thing to the schedule, to the Phenomena schedule. And then Phenomena Seance, as you've all seen by now, the very first episode of Phenomena Seance was with a good friend of the pod, Sean Parker, Hypocrite Inc. And we have a lot of other really fun guests lined up. That's going to be once a month, and it's going to go live on the Patreon first, on the first Friday of the following month. So I'm going to like record on the 15th, and then the following month, first Friday is going to go on Patreon, second Friday is going to go live on YouTube. So we have a lot of things in the works and a lot of like schedules. So remember, Twitch stream on Mondays, Phenomena Podcast on Twitch, and then new episodes on YouTube every Wednesday, per usual. We also have a Discord, so come check us out on Discord. It is pinned to the very top of the Patreon. We have a free Patreon tier, as well as a $2 tier and a $5 tier, so if you can give monetarily to help support the podcast, that would be fantastic. But even if you just join the free Patreon to see some of the free posts that I make weekly, I always will post the pokepic and the my favorite GIF from the episode, because our lovely video editor and co-producer, Merrick's. Thank you so much, Merrick's. You are amazing. And they honestly are so much more than just a video editor. They helped pick out the type of camera I should get. That's why like everything about Phenomena has been elevated because of Merrick's. I started Twitch streaming because Merrick's was like, hey, I'll literally help you set everything up if you just want to go live and, you know, do it. And basically my hours got cut at work, unfortunately. So I was like, well, I have nothing else to do, so might as well, you know, try to get some people on Twitch to follow the podcast. And also it's fun to play games. So thank you so much. I talked it over with Ruben and Jodelle. I asked if we can officially name Merrick's as a fourth co-producer, and they agreed. Thank you so much, Merrick's. You are lovely and very much appreciated. So thank you. Another quick, lots of announcements at the end of this episode. Sorry, we were off for a week, and now I'm like, oh my God, I'm changing everything. But we did sunset, albeit probably temporarily, the phenomenalmerch.myshopify.com email, because Shopify requires money to continue to have the site up, and we weren't really getting no one was really ordering from there, which is totally fine, but I just don't really have the funds right now, especially because we haven't hit monetization just yet. So it was coming out of my pocket, and so I sunset that for now, but it's archived, meaning it's not deleted. So if we want to pick it back up or maybe pivot to a different shop site, then we can. Definitely feel free to email us if you are super interested in a hoodie and want one, and I could probably just like somehow put it in order for you, like a one-time order just so that I don't have to pay Shopify like a monthly fee. Next time on Phenomena, for next week's episode, we're talking about the Hector cloud. I keep seeing this on lists of phenomena, and I don't know what it is, and I want to know more about it. So the Hector cloud, definitely come back next week to learn more about that. And remember, you can always explore the rabbit hole without falling all the way down. Stay vigilant, keep one foot in reality at all times. Talk to people with different mindsets than you. Don't go into an echo chamber. And I'll see you next week. Yay, season 4! Bye.